Shavua Tov. It's currently Erev Hanukkah, according to the Jewish calendar. Hanukkah, for those of you who don't know, for those of you who think it is just about the gifts, it's not. It's not about just lighting 8 candles on a menorah every night, one more candle. It's about the miracle that happened on this holiday. During this time in history, the Jews were being persecuted by the Greeks. The Greeks outlawed 3 main aspects of Judaism. The first aspect that was prohibited was Shabbos. You were not allowed to practice Shabbos at all. The second one was Bris Milah. The third, Rosh Chodesh, the holidays. These 3 things were the things that tied the Jewish people to being Jews and to God. The Greeks thought that by prohibiting these 3 things, they would destroy the Jewish people. And you know what? For a little bit, they were right. The Jewish people fell apart. Those who wanted to keep those mitzvahs did so in private at the risk of death. Those who didn't became secular, stopped doing it altogether. Some even went as far as becoming Greek and part of their culture. There was one small tribe who hid in a cave in Israel. The Maccabees, a small tribe, a small brothers, small family of Kohanim who hid to practice Judaism. They looked around them at one point and said to themselves, "What are we doing here? We are sitting here hiding, practicing, while our brothers and sisters are out there being killed for doing what we are doing, for wanting to do what we are doing." They said no more. We must fight. With God's help, the Maccabees defeated the Greek army, took back the temple, and found, when they went there to rededicate the temple, they found 1 jug of oil, enough to last 1 day. They put a little bit of the oil into each candlestick. Miraculously, it lasted 8 days. It's a miracle. It's a hidden miracle that we can't comprehend. How can this happen? How can 1 day's worth of oil, 1 day's worth, survive? That's lit for 8 days. All around us today are miracles. In yourself, in your neighbor. You could be changing yourself right this minute, and no one knows it but you. Your neighbor could be changing it right this minute, but you don't know, because you don't see. The Jews did not want to see a way out of their persecution. They were fine. Better word. They were unsure of how to do this. It takes one small effort to change. Myself, I'm doing it with my speech. You can do it easily like that with something that you need to work on. When you look at the Hanukkah candles this year, don't just see light. See a victory of 12 men against an entire army, an entire nation of the Greeks. See in yourself in each light. Look at the light of the menorah for 5 minutes. Just look at it. See yourself in that flame. Be a flickering flame in your life, in the life of your family, your kids, your parents, your grandparents, your aunts, uncles, cousins, whatever. Be a flickering light in the Jewish people. Be that spark that can change somebody, to bring them back to Yiddishkeit. Look into the candles and see your inner Maccabee, your inner strength that beats inside your heart every single day, that you don't realize it. Wake up this Hanukkah. There's a spiritual holocaust going on out there. It must end now. It must end with you. Only you can change you. Nobody else can. Open your heart to your history. In those candles, in that flame that you light year in and year out, is not just light. It's the light of hundreds and thousands of years of Jews that have been doing this. It is the light of the menorah that was lit by the Maccabees with oil for one day. It's a miracle. Anything can change. You just need to work on it. Don't take what you have for granted. Take up a cause. Something in the world that means something to you, and do it. Something that you inside yourself, or inside that you know that you don't see right now, that's lacking. Take that and work on it. Bring it out. Get the knowledge, the inner knowledge that you need to do that and to be a change in yourself. Rabbi Nachman says two things that I mentioned here. The first he mentions in Likutei Moharan, in the first book, and I believe the second or third lesson. Moses came down from Mount Sinai with it showing beaming of light. That light was his inner intelligence. He had found out everything there was to know about the Torah from Hashem. Our struggle as Baal Teshuvas, as people who are not yet from, is figuring out why we do something. Rabbi Nachman brings down that you should do something just because it's a mitzvah to do it. Even if you don't know why you're doing it, do it. You're getting the credit for it upstairs in heaven. Later, once you have the time, go back and learn what that is. In Outpouring of Soul by Rabbi Nachman, he brings down that you let your emotions come through. in your davening, in your everyday life, that your emotions shine through with you and to you who you are. Show your emotions. When you look at the candles, if you feel like crying, cry. If you want to cry for the Jews who couldn't do this, who were killed for being Jews in either the Holocaust or back in the Greeks or the Romans or the Catholics or whatever thing was, were killed for being Jews, and you can't cry, but you want to, force yourself to cry. And it will come out, and you will be relieved. That inner intelligence will come out. Your inner spirit, your inner soul, your neshama will come out. I want to wish everybody out there watching this a Freilichen Hanukkah, a happy Hanukkah. May we be blessed that the temple gets rebuilt. That instead of lighting millions of menorahs around the world, that we will light one big one at the temple for Hashem. Have a great week. Happy Hanukkah.